Happy Dressin' Blue Day, everyone, and welcome to the Blue Bag Lunch. I'm Stephen Bushong, your host, also Senior Manager of Strategic Communications at the Colorectal Cancer Alliance. If you're tuning in from places out west, please consider this your Blue Bag breakfast. We like to be inclusive, and wherever you are, thank you so much for joining us. Just so you know, the Colorectal Cancer Alliance will stream the Blue Bag Lunch here every Friday during Awareness Month, and we definitely hope to see you again. On today's broadcast, we're shouting out Dressin' Blue Day participants going live to the Cologuard Classic in Tucson, and we're talking advocacy with a 12-year CRC survivor. And then we're going to wrap up testing your knowledge on colorectal cancer, and we're going to do all of this before you've even finished your sandwich. Before we get started, though, I was hoping y'all could do one thing for me. In the comments down below, just say hi, introduce yourself, tell us why you're here today. Why is CRC awareness important to you? Or share a pic of your blue outfit. I'll share some of those in the comments a bit. So today is Dressin' Blue Day for colorectal cancer awareness. And all we really want to say
Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go!
let's go. It's honestly like a blue carpet runway out there on social media today. Everyone raising awareness for this disease. It's so awesome to see. I know our social media team can barely keep up with everything that's going on out there. But I'm now really excited to have my fabulous colleague, Taylor Davidson, on the stream. Hello, Taylor. How are you?
Hi, Stephen. It's a beautiful day.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's going to be a hashtag after this. We're going to be trending with beautiful. So Taylor, maybe you can share with everyone what you're doing at the Colorectal Cancer Alliance. What do you do here?
Of course. So I am the development operations coordinator over on our fundraising team, and I do a bunch of admin work to keep us afloat.
That is amazing. So I invited Taylor on because she is so high energy, so enthusiastic, and we want to be really excited about everyone who's participating in Dressin' Blue Day. So we've scoured social media. We found a few posts. We just want to share them with everybody. Are you ready to go, Taylor?
Born ready, Stephen.
She's born ready. That's amazing. I knew it. Okay, we're going to start here. Maybe.
Love.
Maybe. There we go. Okay, so who's this guy? This is Sam Harper. He is an Alliance staff member, and I know it's kind of silly to start with an Alliance staff member, but I have to include him because he is a fellow alum of Kent State University in Ohio, where I went to school. I don't know if you have anything to say about this photo, Taylor.
I love the favoritism, Stephen, and the socks are 10 out of 10.
That's awesome. Yes, there's a little bit of favoritism here, I suppose. Thank you, Taylor. All right, who do we have here? We have Simply Being Me 28.
Gorgeous.
I love her glasses. And then I was on social media and I noticed this. This is Simply Being Me's sister, who is also participating in Dressin' Blue Day.
No way, that's crazy. They both look amazing.
I love the family support. Simply Being Me 28 is a colorectal cancer survivor. So her whole family's involved in this and taking part. It's really nice to see.
So wonderful.
We have here a woman who is a survivor as well. She was diagnosed in her late 30s. She's telling everyone that early detection is imperative with colorectal cancer. She has all of the symptoms listed here on her Instagram. It's really great to see patients and survivors like her out there spreading awareness, telling their story. It takes a lot of bravery, but I mean, that's what Awareness Month is all about.
Of course. Love you, Jen.
And here we go, our friends at the AGA getting the whole group together.
Stephen, I would call this blue-rific.
Blue-rific, I love it. And I love their little cutouts. The age 45 or older get screened for CRC. Amazing.
Amazing.
We have a nurse from Arkansas raising awareness here. He has some statistics on his post. Number of people who will be diagnosed this year, 153,020. We got to get that number down, don't we, Taylor?
Down.
I saw this one. It's not a picture of a person, but it's a picture of all these different articles of clothing. You can go blue any way you want. I mean, look at what Taylor has chosen here. I love it.
I love a good silly hat, Stephen.
Are you a cowgirl in blue?
Absolutely. Cowboy like me, right?
I love it. We have Sean. Sean's an amazing advocate with the Alliance. Love that guy. I think he's out at Cologuard right now. We'll check with Angie in a little bit. Who do we have here? Anne. Anne is lifting weights. She's a survivor. I love to see survivors paying attention to their health and nutrition as they march forward.
And let's go!
Let's go. Who do we have? Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club is actually partnering with the Alliance right now. They're bringing some of our advocates and allies on to do interviews about colorectal cancer. Photographed here is Dr. Liz. She's a former principal in New York City. She was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. She's still battling this disease, but we absolutely love her. She has a book series called Little Lizzie. And there's one in the series that is dedicated to colon cancer awareness, Little Lizzie and the Big Blue Parade. We love Dr. Liz.
They all look amazing, Stephen.
What do you think of this one, Taylor? I want your opinion.
As a dog lover, I am absolutely inspired. I am inspired by this awareness post, and I love it so much.
You know, I don't know if this is Coco or Peanut. Seems like this account is dedicated to both puppers. But whichever one it is, we love her. We just love her. And then I'm gonna end with this one. It was just sent to me. Who's this guy?
Oh my God, that's Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Is he in anything famous? I don't know. What's Mark Wahlberg in?
Stephen, he sounds so familiar, the name. Is he a movie star?
I think he might be a movie star. Let's see. He was in Transformers, Ted, a movie called Fear from 1996. I love it. He's a star. McMillions, Wall Street, Infinite. He's been in them all.
Absolutely. This is amazing, Stephen.
He's basically Ryan Reynolds, right?
A close second.
All right. Well, Taylor, hey, thank you for joining me and seeing what was going on out there for Dress in Blue today. We really appreciate you coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me. Bye, everybody. Happy Dress in Blue Day.
Happy Dress in Blue Day. So remember, y'all, our color is blue, and there are still 29 days left in Awareness Month. There's still time to grab your blue swag and talk to folks about colorectal cancer prevention. Just visit ccalliance.org/march to get involved. You can shop the Alliance store for some blue swag, order free awareness brochures. You get 100 free. You can share posts on social media. We have them written for you already with pictures and everything. So visit ccalliance.org/march. All right. So now we're going to turn our attention to Tucson, Arizona. What's going on there, Steve? Well, let me tell you. It's the annual Cologuard Classic by Exact Sciences. The Alliance is on the ground at the PGA Tour Champions event with dozens of amazing volunteers who are getting up close with the golfers while raising awareness for CRC. You may have caught a glimpse of the action there earlier today on the Today Show, as well as stories of our incredible allies. But if not, we have you covered because we are joined by my amazing boss, Angie Laurie, who's been up since 3 a.m. Mountain Time getting ready for the day's events. I see she also has a friend there with her. How are you two doing today?
Hi, Stephen. Your timing is impeccable. The first 3 golfers just teed off from the first tee, which is directly behind us. And I was worried you were going to jump over to me, when the big quiet signs were up. But timing was absolutely perfect. We are so excited to be here. The Alliance has almost 60 patients, caregivers, and survivors here. And when you combine that with the other advocacy orgs that are also here, we have almost 200 patients, caregivers, survivors, advocates here this weekend for the tournament.
That's amazing. Who is that with you? Is that Sonia?
This is Sonia. Yes.
Hi.
Sonia Richard
Hey.
is a colon cancer survivor. And what's really great about this tournament is that every one of the pro golfers wears a ribbon like this. And they actually play in honor of a patient or caregiver or survivor. And last year, Sonia was paired with the Cologuard Classic winner, Miguel Jimenez. And she's back again this year. So I don't know, she's a good luck charm for a lucky golfer.
That's so
Sonia,
incredible.
talk a little bit about like what it meant to be paired with last year's winner and why you're back again this year.
Oh, it was awesome last year. I got to learn a lot about golf, and I learned about Miguel on a personal and professional level as well. And watching him win the tournament, it meant a lot to me because watching him win, it felt like we all won as survivors and caregivers and patients. So it didn't only mean a lot to me, but it meant a lot to all of us as well that he did that.
That's
I
great.
returned this year to see if I could keep the streak going and keep my advocacy going with the Alliance.
If it happens again, Sonia, it's going to get kind of crazy for you because everyone's going to want to be paired up with you, right? So you could be like a superstar. I hope that happens for you. I really do.
I hope so.
Steven, do we have time to take a little walk?
Yeah, I want to know where are you? What's going on around here?
Right. So just behind us is the first tee, but I'm going to turn my camera around and take in a little journey with me.
Let's go.
All right. So we're just going to quickly walk down the path here. We're going to get to go by sort of the driving range where the golfers get to practice before they tee off. But what's going to, right around this corner, trying to walk quickly, there's going to be a tent where advocacy organizations get to talk to not only the people associated with the golf tournament, but also the attendees of the golf tournament. So I'm also trying not to get run over by a golf cart, so forgive me, everyone. But the Colorectal Cancer Alliance, of course, has a tent here, and there will be a little surprise at the end for everyone. But we have volunteers out here who staff and like I hand out materials and spread awareness about the importance of getting screened.
That's
so
amazing,
as you can
Angie.
see here, are you able to see this?
Oh, yes, we sure can.
Okay. There's Lauren. Say hi, Lauren.
Hi, everybody.
And then if we walk down a little bit further here, and I don't mean the lovely purple porta potties, we have Nolan the colon.
Nolan, how are you?
Say hello.
Hello. Get screened.
Get screened.
That is the message of the month, ain't it?
It is the message of the month. And there's another tent just behind me. I think you can see the white tent. That is Survivor Central. So that is a place where our patients and caregivers and survivors can go, have a seat, watch part of the golf tournament, relax, rest, get some refreshments. They really do it well here for the people that they're representing with this golf tournament.
That's awesome. I have one more question for you, Angie. And that is there any talk?
Sorry, a golf cart just went by. Okay, Steven, did you ask me a question?
I'm just curious, is there any talk of the now famous Cologuard Saturday Night Live skit that aired last weekend? I mean, you're at the Cologuard Classic, so somebody's got to be talking about it.
It is definitely being talked about. Last night at the Night of Champions, Kevin Conroy, who's the CEO of Exact Sciences, of course, had to mention it. I will say everybody has been getting a lot of laughs about it, and Exact and Cologuard have really embraced the publicity that they got from that. So yeah, we're having a good time with it.
How rude that those golf carts are driving by you while we're Facebook living to the colorectal cancer, right?
Right before we got on there, we heard the screeching of wheels, and we thought we were going to actually see a golf cart collision. So they're out here in force for sure.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that everyone is embracing that skit. You know, laughs are so much better than silence, which is often the case when it comes to colorectal cancer. We're going to have some more laughs for everyone next week when you tune in. So just a little teaser there. Angie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Stephen, and happy Dress in Blue Day.
Happy Dress in Blue Day. All right, that was Angie Lurie, Senior VP of Marcom at the Colorectal Cancer Alliance. All right, so I am so excited for our next guest. John Lloyd is a 12-year colorectal cancer survivor and longtime advocate with the Colorectal Cancer Alliance, going back to when we were called the Colon Cancer Alliance. So what you'll soon learn is that the experience of colon cancer for John is just as meaningful and important to him today as it was a decade ago. Now, we went through the YouTube archives and found from 2012 a video of John sharing his story and a few enduring words of advice. Let's watch that right now.
My name is John, and I'm a rectal cancer survivor almost 2 years now. I thought I had hemorrhoids, so I went in to get my hemorrhoids fixed, and lo and behold, it was a lemon-sized tumor, not hemorrhoids. After that, looking on the research to see what the outcomes were for rectal cancer, that was sobering, because at diagnosis, the statistics don't look very good. As you progress through treatment and treatment is effective, the statistics improve dramatically over time for most people. Another one of the feelings that I got immediately from being diagnosed is not being understood. Doctors really don't comprehend well what a person who was just told they have a life-threatening illness is going through mentally. And there's no one who can appreciate that except someone else who's heard those same words. The one thing about colon cancer that's different than any other type of cancer is it is preventable. If you go get screened and they find a little polyp that's precancerous and remove it, that's a cancer that you would have had that could have killed you that will never happen. Spread the word that colon cancer is preventable in almost all of the cases, and there's no good reason not to get screened.
John, thank you for joining the Blue Bag Lunch. How are you?
Stephen, good to see you.
Good to see you as well. It appears that you have grown a beard over the last 12 years or so. Is that right?
It's my COVID beard. I got lazy and quit shaving.
I love it.
I've got my blue bow tie on. I've got my
ago.
Allied t-shirt, and I've got the entire blue Atlantic Ocean as the background behind me. That was from a scuba diving trip I went on.
And you got a turtle there with you too.
A turtle. Yep. He was kind of scary, but he was fun to look at.
That's amazing. So we were talking the other day, and maybe it's because I'm a communications person, John, but the thing that struck me most is how similar your messages are now to the ones that you delivered in that video that we just watched. Throughout this time, you have remained an advocate in many ways. You have participated in, reviewed, or contributed to dozens of research papers about colorectal cancer. You've been a steadfast supporter of patients and survivors. You've attended the national conference from the Colorectal Cancer Alliance many, many times. And since today is Dress in Blue Day, I just have to put up this picture. That's from the, what is that from, John?
Polyp Man.
Polyp Man. I love Polyp Man.
I think that was a 5K that I was there.
Got it. You know, when you dress in blue, you dress in blue. You're like the archetype for dress in blue day. So my question is, what has driven your incredible advocacy and involvement in this cause?
The driving factor is probably to help make this path easier or prevented from other people that come behind me. Colorectal cancer is preventable, and when not prevented, it's very beatable and treatable, so that there's no reason that as many people as are going through it. And even now, especially since screening has probably been restricted due to the pandemic, we're likely to see a surge in cases that would have been prevented had proper screening been taking place.
Yeah, they are saying that. The American Cancer Society has said that those delayed and missed screenings haven't really been reflected in the statistics of diagnoses we've seen so far, but that will come in 2-3 years maybe. So it really goes to show how important colorectal cancer screening is. I'm curious, what's been your favorite moment as an advocate?
The most honored time has been work doing research grant reviews that I've done for the Department of Defense. A couple of years ago, they had $120 million, and as a patient, I was an equal voting member of a group in a hotel conference room. I guess there were 40 or 50 of us at a table, and deciding which research grants get funded and which ones get a pass. And it was an honor to be around the great scientists of the world, because I was clearly elbow to elbow with the greats in research. And the fact that they thought what I had to say was meaningful because they spend so much time in a lab and not with patients was a sobering event for me, at the very least.
Sobering and a really meaningful contribution. I'm glad it was you at that table. We're in the midst of Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. We know you're an incredible advocate, but on this broadcast, we might have people watching who are currently in treatment. So one of the things that you mentioned to me when we spoke was about the power of self-advocacy. Can you share with us what you mean by self-advocacy and how patients could really embrace that mindset?
At the risk of it sounding like a pun, is you can't go wrong by following your gut. If you're not clicking with your surgeon, your oncologist, your nurses, you are the consumer there, and you should have the right to pick the people who are providing your services. And if they're not meeting your expectations, you need to say, no, that's not acceptable. I was scheduled for my surgery to remove my cancer, and less than a week before it happened, I fired the surgeon and switched hospitals. And it was because I had two brothers who went to medical school standing behind me who said, do what you want to do. You only get to do this once. They do this every day. And I followed that. And they both now whisper to me that those were some of the best decisions I ever made. So that following your own gut. And it's not just about the outcome. It's about the process. If you have good confidence in your providers, even if you don't have the greatest outcome, it's the journey that you feel confident that you were getting the care that you wanted and what you asked for. You're the coach, the team leader of your treatment. And unless you're the type that just says, do what's supposed to be done, I was the opposite. I wanted to be the one who was directing what was happening.
You really are the CEO of your own health, right? I mean, right. You've got to take it by the reins and get what you need. And especially for our young onset patients, I mean, who are misdiagnosed at incredible rates, it's all about getting that second opinion and finding answers to those things that are ailing you, because unfortunately, it could be colorectal cancer. So do what you need to do. John, before we go, there's a question I ask almost everyone, and it's why we must end colorectal cancer in our lifetime.
the fact that we're in the situation we're in with the knowledge we have really doesn't make much sense. With proper screening, we know we can eliminate by far the majority of cancers, and we're losing hundreds of thousands of people a year to cancer. That cancer is the number 2 killer in America, and a couple of cancers, and colorectal is one of them, are absolutely preventable in the majority of cases with screening, and we're not doing a good job of screening. I'm an example of being more scared of what my insurance company might not pay for than cancer, and we need to fix that.
Thank you, John, for sharing that. So, John, thank you for joining us at the Blue Bag Lunch today and sharing your story. I love the tie, by the way. That's amazing. All right, John. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right. So we are very nearly to the end of this first Blue Bag Lunch, but I encourage you to stick around and test your CRC knowledge with this quick quiz. Thank you, everybody. If you're in the mood to take another quiz, the Alliance offers a free screening recommendation at quiz.getscreened.org. I'm putting up the URL right now. The screening recommendation is based on your individual risk factors. So head on over to quiz.getscreened.org for information on how and when to get screened, to get checked for colorectal cancer. This quiz that we just did was for fun, but quiz.getscreened.org can save your life. Happy Dressing Blue Day, everyone. Thank you so much for being here for this first Blue Bag Lunch. And
let's go!
Let's go.
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 Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.